the queen.
Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Got Owen Averett in the studio. I have Dave Shimano call for.
And
I want to hear more. And
I'll do it really quick. And you made the list, Mike. You're in the top 10.
I am?
Yeah, you should be in the top 2. These are no specific order except for, you should be right in the top 10. But here's what I'm thankful for. The 38 years I've been in the industry.
Just snuck in there. I'm number 8.
You should move up. There's a few, you should be above equipment.
I know. Well, I'm not going to take it personally.
But I've been in this industry almost 40 years. Actually, it is 40 years. I started 18, almost 40 years, 39 years in the industry. I've been lucky enough to be in this wonderful industry around the golf and what it all encompasses for 38 years, and I'm grateful that's what my life has been. All the facilities I've worked for, even the 2 I've been a little levity there.
Yeah.
Well, 1. Maybe I was fired once. And no, let go. Downsized.
You're not still holding on to that, are you?
I know.
At all?
I was
Possibly?
just a child.
You're just a child?
But, you mess up one cart, man. You think you're going to be good. So anyways, and the people I've worked for, I'm very, very grateful. In my heart and soul, I'm grateful for the First Tee, that our paths crossed for the last 14 years, that I've become intimately involved with the First Tee and what it stands for. Butch Breeden, whose birthday is today, I'm thankful for you, Butch, for coming and approaching me about this whole idea of the First Tee and youth development. Thank you for that. If not, it wouldn't have happened. All the young people that inspire me every single day, like Owen, but Owen's family, so he's part of my family. But people inspire me every day, the young people. Equipment that have been given over the years. Being in this industry, I've been lucky enough to have companies give me equipment, but I've always been grateful and thankful for that. I've never taken it for granted. I don't have 55 dozen balls like Owen does in his closet, but I've been fortunate enough and haven't really had to pay for equipment for years, and I'm grateful to each company for that. Some of them with my lifestyle and my business and stuff takes me around. And Sawgrass, Pebble Beach, Pinehurst, Olympic Club, etc. I've had the pleasure of playing a lot of these great courses. Mike, I'm grateful for you. You should have been above the equipment.
I don't take it personally. It's okay. You got a lot of things to be thankful for,
I'm thankful for
man.
Golf Talk Radio. My wife's support. She's put up with me for this many years in this industry, which is not easy because there's a lot of hours we're away. Being outdoors every day, except for the last month or so, I'm grateful that my job brings me to outdoors, and it's different every day. It's not Groundhog Day. I'm grateful for Dave Shimano for calling and being on line 1 right now. I'm grateful for the Titleist golf balls that I've been playing for years, and I'm almost had a chance to experience. It's a bucket list thing, but there's many other things. That's my quick list. It's your job, and then we'll talk to Dave here in just a second. So go ahead, give the numbers out.
Give the numbers?
Yeah. You have to give not the numbers of the radio show so people can call in.
805-595-3776.
All right, so only 3 more to go. Dave,
right.
Dave, you're on the line. How are you, Dave?
I'm fine. How are you, Billy?
I'm thankful today.
I take it. I was spacing out. I was doing some stuff around the shop, and I said, "Oh my goodness, I'm supposed to be calling in." So here I am.
I can't speak for the rest of the team, but
you were thankful for the creation of Earth and everything that's happened after that.
I need to ask. I didn't add that to the list. Earth. I got to put Earth. Okay.
Nice.
So, Dave, how are you?
I'm good.
Cool.
I'm real good. Everything's coming up roses. Everything is really well right now. How about you?
I'm thankful for roses.
How you feeling?
I'm doing better. Thank you for asking.
I'm sure you've already covered it on the show, but I didn't get to hear it. So how are you?
I'm doing a little bit better. It's been a slow process, but it's doing okay. Thank you. I'm here. I drove here, man. I'm a big boy now. I get to drive.
Under doctor's orders?
No, not yet. I see him Tuesday. Thank you, Dave. Dr. Kissel, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
I remember I had one of those surgeries. I asked the doctor, I said, God, when can I drive? He said, well, if it was me, I'd be driving now.
Yeah, see?
And then I said, but you're not giving me the okay to. He said, well, of course not.
Exactly, so.
It's amazing how you feel like your freedom's been taken away when you can't drive, huh?
Well, there's no question about it. It's, being homeward bound. It's just driving to the store, the grocery store. It was huge. Big event yesterday. I had to go to the Staples, man, or Office Max. It was big. It was cool.
It's the little things.
Little things.
It's the little things.
So, Dave, we got you.
Grateful for a car key.
Yes.
There you go.
So, David, it is a Thanksgiving show, and we've been talking about what we're thankful for, but also this is a business. You are a sponsor, so we are thankful for you as partnership for the longest partnership we've had, almost from the get-go, right?
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's been awesome.
And without you, we couldn't have done this. So, some cool things going on. It's the time right now. People are thinking about Christmas and gifts. Talk to us, man. What do you got, Dave? You must have some cool things happening.
You know, this is a funny business. I was doing some work for a local shop the other day, a local retail store, and we were talking about, is Christmas starting yet as far as sales? And he told me, it was kind of interesting. He said, we don't get it until the last minute. And then it's like crazy. Everybody's coming in and said, I need a driver. I need this. I have some green fees or whatever. And I don't know what you guys think, but I've noticed the same thing, that golf is, as far as Christmas, it's a last-minute item. People go, oh, yeah, that'll work, and then they come get you on Christmas Eve or 3 or 4 days before Christmas.
All the time. All the time. We were just talking about that the other day with if you're buying for a golfer, probably the best thing you can do is give them the gift card or a gift certificate of some kind, because golf is such a all over the place.
He says, I want that driver with that shaft at that length, and on and on.
Yeah, and
if they're very specific, then yeah, you can get it. But other than that, no, I agree, Mike.
And how many are that specific? It's like, I want to do something special for the golfer. Has everything. I'm going to buy him a driver, but not many are that specific. Or at least they don't take the time to find out that information, right?
Oh no, well, they're just not knowledgeable.
How cool would it be to give the gift of that fitting, and somebody's interested in clubs and say, hey, we want to buy you a golf club. Would have no idea what shape and size and model you want, but here is a certificate to go find out, and then you get to choose your club. How cool would that be?
And I'm starting to get more of that that I didn't see before, or a lot of it anyway. That people are getting fittings, not necessarily saying I'm going to buy a club right now. I get them fitting, and they get suggestions on something that I don't carry, but they say, I want this, and, what do I order? What kind of shaft and grip size and all those things. And people are starting to pay attention to it, which is nice, because
there's a much bigger emphasis. It's on, as you mentioned, I think a couple shows ago too, Dave, there's a much bigger emphasis on fitting in general. Like you were mentioning how you used to be the one that would do the fittings. And a lot of the, the bigger companies and whatnot, whether it was the Titleist, TaylorMades and whatnot, the green grass really didn't have the opportunity to do the fittings or do the fittings in the correct way.
Oh, that's so true. And yeah, the little boys are starting to get about 3% of the market, and they be like, and the other day is good thing. And the Callaways are
very true
on the list. And
I got a good one, yeah.
Yeah, so it's as a fitter, I mean, and it says because of the club buying process. The golfers in general are fortunate enough now that people like yourself who have it, they can go and they know there's more substantial evidence of being properly fitted. Although you could do it by eye, but so launch monitors. Are you grateful that you have yours? We're thankful.
Yeah, I use it all the time. I think a launch monitor can actually be detrimental to a lot of people because it gives so much information that. Unless you're experienced with it, you can really interpret it in the wrong way quite often, and it can hurt you sometimes more than help you.
Yeah, I would be one of those. I would be one of those people. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever been on one. We've threatened it a few times, but
really, you never have?
Never, not once.
You got to go see Dave.
I played simulators. I've been in a simulator a couple times.
You got to go see Dave.
I know I've threatened it, but I'm one of those. Too much information. I don't process things. I think your brother Jack would go crazy. He would explode if he got on a launch monitor. It could actually explode. He could explode.
About a year ago one time, and he was having some problems. He was getting a little, I think it was you, Bill, armpit. I happened to be going by, and I was watching him. I said, man, swing looks pretty good. And he said, what you working on? And he said, yeah, well, Billy told me this and that. And he looked at me just almost in a panic. He said, which armpit?
That's funny.
Well, I can tell you I'm not one that said that because I've never been a believer in connection like that. So that wasn't me.
Okay.
That
it was hilarious, though.
Don Parsons.
It was probably Don Parsons.
Because it was like, just something as simple as that was too much information.
You know how many head covers that Jack Nicklaus would have lost?
Oh, well, he better
Or
put
Miller-
under his left arm.
Miller
too.
Barber could put his whole bag of clubs under his arm.
And it'd still
It
wiggle
would
around.
still,
That's
it would
funny.
still fall out. So, but the Padraig Harringtons in the connection world, when that came out, that was a popular thing to say to people. But Jack's he has a flying arm a little bit, and it's okay.
Oh.
And there's a
Nothing
guy
wrong with
called
that.
Maybe you
Jack.
should say
There's a guy
few
named
years
Jack.
back that did pretty well
There's
with
another Jack that did pretty well with that too. But it is. I just saw Jack Averett, and I'm talking about him with love. But he was, it's Owen's older brother is in college now, and they're doing really well. And he's playing for is it Santa Clara the Broncos?
The
Yeah, and they're
Broncos.
doing really well, winning tournaments. And Jack came off of 66, and I saw him yesterday. I mean, I need a complete overhaul.
Isn't that perfect?
Yeah, and I need it done by January 7th, man. I need this whole thing has got to change. I'm like, Jack, calm down. My neck started getting tight. I'm like, I don't need this.
Well, he's got-
Can't miss.
That was a long.
Funny though, your swings off, you make everything. You hit every green, and you can't make a putt. It's just weird law of
It
averages.
is. I hate that.
It's just really weird. If you put
Yeah,
both-
how many times do you have people talk to you? Say, you give them lessons and they say, "How you hitting the ball?" Talk to them a couple of weeks down the road. Oh man, I'm just hitting it great now. Thanks, but I can't putt
I
worth a
know.
lick.
It's almost
Well, yeah.
it's almost a
Welcome to
part
golf.
of that sentence. I mean, it's almost you have to complete that sentence that way. I mean,
Yeah, there's a
do.
big
I'm hitting
however
it great and I'm
comma.
putting it great. Oh well, nobody says that.
That doesn't happen.
No. Well, we'll watch you on TV next week.
Yeah, he shoots
Exactly.
0.
That's about the only place you see that.
So pretty interesting.
But yeah, remember the putter that went into the magic shop
Guys,
way before you had your surgery? We talked about that. Remember that? Just got it back last week.
I don't know. I was on drugs, I think, then, so the pain pills.
That was quite a.
Yeah, it's
An affair.
my still doesn't have feeling. I've still lost feeling in that putter. It's not pure. It's not coming out. It's not pure yet. No, it's but
Which putter's this?
the one I had a procedure in the hospital.
Oh,
Thanks, Dave, for bringing that up.
I ain't saying nothing
I can tell you one thing. I'm not thankful for
about that. I was talking about Jack's putter.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about mine.
That was no.
I thought you said that.
there was a fork in the road there, and we definitely took the wrong side.
Sorry, Owen. Don't write
Yeah,
that
there's a
down.
fork-
Was the putter bent or something? But now it's working.
Allowed to.
I was that's perfect, Owen. I
Why?
wasn't allowed to.
Because Jack wouldn't let
No,
him?
because it was a Scotty, and I had to send it into the
Oh, so
the magic
oh,
shop.
Scotty.
So he finally got that
Yeah.
one back. Oh, well,
There you
I
go.
did lose a little track on that thing. Man, woof.
I know, it
I've been out of the loop a
took
little
a
bit.
couple months.
I've been out. Yeah, that's how long I've been out of the loop,
I
man.
know.
So
Yeah, I was sending him email twice a week, and you had actually about 10 minutes of work on that thing. Are you done yet?
2 months.
And
Did
the
he ever get a
last,
spider putter? Did he ever get that? Aren't you supposed to get one
No.
too? No.
I don't know.
So, wow, I'm glad I brought that up. Let's see about. Do we have to go to
So,
a break
Billy,
or
talking
anything?
about your personal stuff, tell us more about that.
No, I'd rather not. I still had the Halloween show notes right here. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm thankful for breaks.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm very thankful that we need to take a break right now.
Oh, God, I've sat in that chair so many times, I can see Mike over there shaking his head going, oh, God, when are we getting out of this thing?
Well,
Sorry, Mike.
No, it's all right, Dave.
Billy did it.
my neck started. Can't thank you enough, Dave.
Okay, well, just remember, some days you can make everything with that putter.
Yes, you can.
I'm looking forward to that day.
I think I'm in trouble. So, hey, guys,
Slick
have
sticks.
a great week.
You too, buddy.
Owen, nice almost talking to you again.
Yeah.
See ya.
Thanks, Dave.
Bye, David.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, Dave.
Bye.
Wow. Give us the number,
All
Owen, because
right.
when we come back, we need callers. Give us the number, Owen. Tell us the number here.
805-595-3776.
He's Owen Averett. We're Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. We'll be right back right here.